Video's recording. And we have audio in 3, 2, 1.
Are you on the internet? Isn't that for techno geeks with spreadsheets?
Oh, Mel, you need the power.
We're Moms on the Net. Learn with us as we ride the wave of information called the internet.
Dobby pooped in the hamper today. He didn't mean to.
The morning stream smells like apple pie.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream, per usual, for Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Scott. Hi.
Hi. You know, as the show was ending yesterday, I thought I was going to be deathly ill all day, but it actually turned out okay. I feel better now.
It did. Yeah, I was fully just hearing how things were moving, the direction things were moving. I was fully prepared for let's bump. I'm not feeling great. Let's just bump.
Yeah, I was really worried because Kim is still not great. She coughed most of the night. She's got whatever the raw end of this is, but even she's feeling better today compared to what it was yesterday. I just thought I was going to be a mess. Maybe I'm just too early still, and it'll be like later today. I don't know. But Kim's going to test today, and that will tell her whether she's got anything or not.
Which part of the house she's sleeping in.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Although since we haven't separated yet, so chances are if I'm exposed, I'm exposed. So I don't know if I don't think I'm going to avoid that if it happens, but we'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Brian, I want to start things off today a little weirdly, okay? A little weird.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to play an audio sound, an audio file. An audio sound, that's redundant.
An audio sound even, wow.
Yeah, ATM machine. And it's going to be a weird noise that I would like to see if you can guess what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, the one thing I wanted to make sure I did was have the video handy so I can show you after in case you get this wrong. So let's see. Where did I put it? Darn it. I thought I had it out and handy. Did I not do that? Well, all right. Somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Brian, I'm going to play the sound. You guess what it is. Here you go. Any ideas?
No. I was like thinking, it's going to be some sort of weird mechanical deal or all right, this is So what's throwing me is that, like, I was going to say it's somebody doing a workout, like somebody doing a lifting or something, right? Like L-I-F-T-I-N-G, not L-Y-F-T-I-N-G.
Sure.
Like, or squats or burpees or something like that. But then there's the guy in the background going,
yeah, I'll play.
Is that relevant? Is that part of it? It is like
part of
this
it.
Thing?
There's a part of it, part of what that sound of the guy doing this, that guy, he's actually probably responsible for why the other noise is happening.
This is the worst gay porn I think I've ever heard in my life.
The reason this is even a thing is I had this exact same problem. I heard it and went, I don't know what that could be. And I struggled because I heard it on my daughter's phone from across the room. I'm like, what is that? She goes, guess. And so we had this whole thing. And I was like, I don't know. And finally, when I saw it, I couldn't believe it because I didn't know these things did that. I'll give you a hint. That's not a person making that sound.
Which one? Making
the brr is a guy, but this part, that is not a person.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like an animal of some sort?
Yeah, not a human being.
It's the new collaboration between DJ Khaled and a moose. Was I close with moose?
No, but you're.
Oh, it's close with DJ Khaled.
I'll say it's a mammal, so you're close in that way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm certainly not hearing amphibian in that sound.
Yeah,
or bird.
Some chat said turtle, but definitely not turtle.
Yeah. I mean, goat seems to be the most logical, just based on the Taylor Swift duet I like merged Taylor Swift duet that we've all heard. Goat seems a likely story.
All right, I'm going to show you. I think that's so you're saying goat. I'm going to show you what it actually is. Yeah. It is a baby camel.
Oh.
And I never in my life have seen a baby. Well, I guess I've never seen a baby camel do much, but I didn't know that they sounded like a man in pain.
Yeah.
And he's actually like super chill. He's like enjoying the rub down. This guy's like massaging his legs. And he's doing that.
That's really funny.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, camels always look like they've got some discomfort going on with their open, like,
Yeah. I know. You guys think this hump's full of water, but it's painful. It's killing me slowly.
It's full of thumbtacks.
Yeah. Yeah. It made me kind of want, I won't lie. I would like to have, when I retire, I'd like a little tiny farm, nothing too crazy. Give me an acre. And I just want a couple of weird animals like this around. It doesn't have to be a camel, but like a goat that
live
screams.
The Schwarzenegger life is what you're saying.
A little bit. And I just want to be surrounded by animals that occasionally go bah! For no reason. Just bah! like the goats that scream. I'm all in on that. Let's do it.
Sure. The fainting goats. The fainting goats would be the ones to have because they would just do nothing but like surprise them.
Yeah. Walk out the front door and go blah, and they all just kind of.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I've got the bullhorn next to the door. I've got the the boat. You know, the right.
Yeah. DJ Stangle says acre. Yeah, it's not a lot, but I think you can do a lot with an acre if you only have a couple. I don't need vast amounts of land and 400 cows or something. I just want like a little space with a big fence and a couple of those kind of animals, maybe some pigs. Mm-hmm. You know, go out and do the slop or whatever you do. You dump the slop in there.
Sure.
That's how they eat. And then maybe once a year you slaughter one of them their pigs and you eat them. Right. I don't want to do the slaughtering though. Somebody else can do that.
No. Feels like you have a hard enough time just cleaning up a little cat puke on the floor. I can't imagine you doing hanging them upside down and all that business.
I mean, the worst thing I ever did is I held down at my, I don't remember even whose farm it was when we were kids. Oh, it's the same guy that punched the cow in the nose. I told you that story before.
Oh, yeah.
He had a chicken, and they had me hold down the chicken body while they did the chopping of the head. And the dad did this. He wanted to show me what this is like. He's like, well, we're going to eat this chicken. We'll show you the process. You got to know where your food comes from. He was that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So I held down this bird with his son. We both held down the bird. Mm-hmm. And he went, shunk. Blood goes everywhere. He goes, all right, now let go. And then the chicken got up and ran around. And I apologize, by the way. Sorry to any and all vegans / vegetarians who are here that hate this stuff. But, as a kid, I didn't know. And it did kind of wreck me for a while. I hated it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So nowadays, it's like, I don't want you to show me how you made the thing. Just give me the burger. I don't need to know.
I don't need to know how the food is. I know how the food is made. I've seen how the food is made. I don't need to see any further how the food is made.
Yeah. I've seen what No Country for Old Men does with a cow gun thing.
That's right. The bolt gun. Jeez.
This is 100% why Carter won't eat meat. Well, twofold. She's been a vegetarian since she was 11. She doesn't like meat generally. It makes her kind of feel sick. So that's always been true. She's got some weird kind of iron thing her doctor told her about, and it just makes her kind of averse to it. But even then, her main reason is she wants to save every spider she finds.
Of course.
How do you think she feels about a cow and a goat and stuff? Of course, she doesn't want to hurt these things or kill them or whatever.
Of course not. Yeah.
I would have a hard time too if I raised a pig and I named it, I don't know, Porky or something. I don't want to kill it in the fall. I don't want to eat it. I would be be like our pet by then,
Of course.
So I guess
little Wilbur, some pig.
Yeah, or whatever you're gonna. I don't know what a good name for a pig is, but it's easy to go to Porky, Wilbur, or Petunia. That's a good one if it's a girl. Yeah. Pigs are delicious, Tom.
Arnold, was that the one on Green Acres, I think?
Was it Arnold?
Yeah.
Oh man, I have so little connection to Green Acres. It feels like that show that was on before Beverly Hillbillies, and I would only catch Beverly Hillbillies or something like that. Anyway, Claire, I hope you're okay after all this discussion. I know how she feels about this stuff. Anyway, next time you see a baby camel, just say, hey, what's your name? And they'll go, and then you'll move on. All right, let's move on to this. Oh, I got one of those. Kim bought them on sale at Costco. You get 2 for 1, of course, because it's Costco. But we got one of those electrified rechargeable USB-C fly rackets. Speaking of killing creatures.
Oh, sure. Like it's got like the strings in the racket are electrified.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels like great right after the killing a pig conversation.
Yeah, it's perfect for that. Perfect. Depends on how you feel about flies, I guess. But September in Utah is always fly season. It's always the worst. For whatever reason, this is when we get our flies the worst. Bees in August, flies in September. And a little bit of crossover. Sometime a bee, you'll be hanging out with a fly, you know?
Sure.
Anyway, so the dogs are always, freaking out trying to eat them because they're on their backs. We're trying to enjoy time outside, and the citronella doesn't work as well as it does for like gnats and stuff and mosquitoes. So we decided to get one of these and try it. You just charge it up like you do your phone, take it outside, and then you see a fly and you whack at it. What they don't tell you is it's almost impossible to get them. They still get away.
Yeah.
They're really good at dodging this shit. And at one point, the only 1 or 2 that I got were ones that landed like on my knee. And then I would just like tap my knee and you'd hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
And you'd hear go
gosh.
pop. And then one would get inside the racket. And then you want to, I don't know if you've ever smelled a burning fly, Brian, but I know what that smells like.
From being near those hanging, those permanent hanging bug zappers, or I guess not permanent, but the blue light that just basically.
Yeah.
A particularly busy night.
Yeah. Someone at Whatnot says, get that salt gun. I thought about it.
Yeah. The bug assault. Sure.
Yeah. Kind of want to try that. We've talked about that one before, but yeah, they're fun when you do hit them though. Like if you get a good hit, you're like, yeah. And of course, okay. So let me tell you the difference between me and my son. There are many differences, but this is the chief difference between Nick and I. When Nick was little, all the way up till now, things that don't bother him drive me crazy. For example, if you hand me a 9-volt battery and say, I need you to touch this to your tongue to tell me if it still has a charge, I'd almost rather do anything else than that.
Really?
I hate that feeling so bad. Like right now, it's just making me tense up and feel like tingly. I hate it. and it's so like, bring it close to your tongue. There's so much anticipation.
Yeah, the anticipation is what kills you. Yeah.
I really, really hate it. And so I never did it. I don't do that. Nick, no problem. Little kid just, this one's works. This one's dead. He just kept licking him. He didn't care. So we'd use him for like, is this battery dead? Can we put this in the beeper? Because, well, find Nick. He'll lick it and tell us, right?
Right.
So the same thing goes for this racket. My thinking is keep your hands away from the racket. Don't touch anything except the handle. If I wanted to touch myself in the knee or whatever, that would be stupid. Why would I ever do that?
And there's a button on the racket, right? Like you're supposed to hold down the button while you swing it because it's not on full time.
Yeah, it's like a walkie-talkie kind of. You kind of hold it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, in his case, first thing he does is take and go, oh, interesting. Takes it out of my hand and hits his bare knee, hits his hand, pokes it with his fingers 4 times, and it's going pop, 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 making all these like sparks and stuff. And he's like, yeah, this is pretty good. It's not bad. I'm like, you're insane, dude. I can't do that stuff.
See if get a light bulb, an old regular incandescent light bulb. Have Nick put in his mouth. Just see if he lights it up like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, maybe he's more. Yeah, he needs it.
He's more charged than man.
He's in the middle of his dark origin story for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's going to become.
This is how he becomes Electro.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah,
excellent.
But better than they did in that other movie. Anyway,
that's right.
Brian, you had a question for me. It says here.
Yeah. So we haven't really talked about it. It was right after TMS yesterday. Tim Apple came out and talked about all the products that Apple is coming out with. Have you ordered anything?
So the answer to that is not yet. And the reason I haven't, even though I have a 14 and it's probably time to upgrade.
Yeah, you're not going to get any of that Apple Intelligence on your 14.
Not really. You get some basic stuff like the Siri, some of the Siri stuff and all that. But the jump to 16 from 15 is minimal.
Yes.
Like it's
correct.
really
I'm
not that
there's
impressive.
Zero reason for me to go to the 16 because I've got the 15 Pro Max.
Yeah, and I would
One
probably
little extra little slidey button for photos. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
not really need that. Yeah,
I can touch other things for photos. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hello.
and it's got
Giggity.
it's got a faster chip and all that, but they always do.
Sure.
So it's
Sure.
to me that's not that big a deal now. My thing now is I'm actually considering, because there's so little difference between the 15 and 16, is finding a 15 for less.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Because
I mean, your carrier probably the day the 16s will come out will drop the price of the 15 Pro Maxes.
I would think
And,
so. Yeah, I would hope so. I would, assuming they have stock. I don't know how that. Apple's pretty good at that whole supply chain thing, so maybe they don't. But so we're going to look into that, and we're actually thinking about changing to T-Mobile from AT&T at the same time. That way we get the phones and do all that.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. As far as anything else, I think the new the iPods Pro 2, 4, or whatever they are, 2, I guess.
The AirPods,
they're
AirPods
on the
Pro.
their fourth iteration of regular AirPods, and then the Pros are at 2, I guess.
Yes,
That's interesting to me.
to me too. Because I might be needing a hearing aid soon, and if I could have one that is also a good noise canceling music source, then all the better.
Yeah, that seemed cool. The new watch is cool, but I just got the freaking Ultra 2.
Oh, you got the Ultra. Oh, look at you.
And the Ultra 2, I got a really good deal on it, but the Ultra 2 is the changes to the new Ultra are minimal at best.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if they full on called it Ultra 3, did they? I don't even know.
I don't know if they did either, but yeah, my watch is a 6, I think Series 6. So it's a bigger jump for me, but I'm still not really considering it. This one does everything I need it to do. It tracks when I go for a walk and keeps, shows my heartbeat when I'm doing my workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I've only had this maybe 2 months anyway, so it's not like I was in the market.
Oh yeah.
And then the other thing,
but it's a good one for you because I know you hit your arm against tables and stuff a lot.
I do, although you know what? I've been really mindful of it, and I've yet to do anything stupid. The one thing that I did with my old watch, which was back like Series 2 or 3, is I smashed it against a rock while I was pulling weeds, and that cracked it and it quit working. I will not pull weeds in a watch that costs more than $50. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't care what kind of fancy freaking the new version of Gorilla Monkey 3.0 glass or whatever. I don't care. I'm not doing that again.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
But I also don't like cases on watches. I think they make them look wonky. So I'm just gonna try to be careful. We'll see how I do. I don't know how well I'll do, but I'll try. I'll do my best. But anyway, other than that, it was a lot of just iteration stuff. So I'm kind of glad we didn't cover it either. We both had stuff, and so it worked out because it's just kind of
very well.
It's just kind of it was a boring one.
It was, yeah. No, it was a good one for us. There was no fake parkour videos. There was no other than just the usual. Let me pass it over to Mike, who's going to tell you about the new blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But there was not even any like running or anything back and forth.
Yeah, I need more. If you're going to put Federighi out there, you better have him do something weird.
I was paying more attention to the stuff going on in the background at Apple Campus. Like, oh look, they have a nice little bike path that goes all around that whole little area there. And who lives in that weird little house? Is that a house? Is somebody living in that house?
Yeah, I wondered what that was. Like a security building or something, or I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, like it was just kind of. It's fine. All of this was fine. But it's just we're at the iteration point for a lot of this, and I knew they weren't the new Mac stuff wasn't gonna get announced till later in the year anyway, and it'll probably just be an announcement of all right, the M4s are now in this laptop and this thing and that thing, and the new the Ultra or the Studios and whatever will be 2025, maybe spring. Like there's all that stuff's interesting, but we are at that stage. Nobody's gonna come out and go. And now, a product to change your life forever. I mean, they may say those things, but that's not what it is anymore. And that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't rush out and do nothing. Did you? Did you rush out and buy?
I did not. Like I said, I'm thinking about the AirPods Pro, the new version with the, like I said, the hearing aid functionality. But really, that's it.
I've never owned any of the Pros, and you'd recommend them. You've had them before, right?
I love it. I love the transparency function. The noise canceling is great. I've been very, very happy with the AirPods Pro.
All right, I might have to do that.
A lot of little crevices to clean up. But there's like what did I get? I got something called the Pod Buddy or something, and it's like a little plastic
Buddy
tool.
I love
the
that.
Pod Buddy.
That's great.
And it's a little plastic thing, and it's got like 6 different tools: a little brush, a little poker, little things like that let you clean all the little crevices and where the magnet is down, or the thing down the bottom of the case, and all that. Like, just lets you give it a nice little clean every once in a while, because it's an area of our bodies that produces stuff. And
That's
so
true.
You just got to keep things clean.
That's true. I sort of also suspect that next year will be the year they announce a foldable and kind of get weird with things. They'll have the intelligent stuff will be all integrated. They won't have to freaking focus on that anymore, and they'll do like a foldable, maybe iPad foldable phone. Who knows? And I want my biggest beef with foldables, because they're out there now. They exist. They've existed for a while. The new Google one seems nice. The Samsungs have been doing fine. The foldy bit, they guarantee something like 850 or 8,500 open and shuts or whatever.
And closes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of I don't like wear and tear things. I prefer things to be less wear and tear if possible.
Like a hinge, as opposed to because listen, we've tried making burritos before. We know that you get maximum 1 attempt at folding the tortilla to make a burrito before that thing is in pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and that is good, because Apple doesn't like moving parts. So maybe their method, that's the goal here, right? I want some wackadoo, futury method of the way ours folds is through space age bumblebees or whatever the hell they do.
Right. Yeah. It's all PIM particles when they start talking about that stuff. It's like, we use nothing but the finest PIM particles to make sure that the cases are blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So I'd probably get, the 5, maybe think about, the 15. And that probably will just save me some money on the contract. And then
it's a smart deal.
And then what was the other thing? Oh, and the AirPods Pro. I probably will consider those.
AirPods Pro.
I think it's time for some smarter earbuds for me.
Yes.
Brian, let's move into the news today.
Yeah.
As you know, we're a news organization with some entertainment value, so we gotta give people what they came for and play this. It's time for the news, brought to you by
Half a grocery store chicken.
Well, what do you do when your awesome cooking wife is down and out being sick? Do you order food? Do you try to save money? What do you do? Well, Scott goes to the fridge and eats half a chicken he found.
I thought you were going to say, I went to the store, I bought one of those rotisserie chickens, and, for the next 2 or 3 days, on day 1, I'm just going to have a leg and a thigh, and then the next day I'm going to take some of the meat off and make tacos, and then the 3rd day I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you'd think.
No, you just took it out.
Yeah.
Were you on the couch? Or did you at least eat at the table?
I ate outside.
Over the sink? Okay.
I ate outside in one of the Adirondacks, and I sat there with at my side, the fly hitter thing. So in case I was going to get flies, fresh, flies were all telling each other, I heard there was some chicken out here.
Right.
And then a nice cold can of Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero. And that was dinner, because that's how lame yesterday was. It was fine, though. It was still good chicken. We had it the other day when the kids were over. We only used half of it. It was part of a rice bowl thing Kim made up. So this was a good rotisserie half chicken. It's not like it was like old or anything.
You know what? And a chicken, that's some your of the proteins, a low fat protein, and that's a good one to sit there and eat. So good.
That's right. Carter made Kim tom yum soup, so that's what she had.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good for when you're feeling bad. So it's better than chicken soup, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then the girls sat around watching anime and painting these amazing horns that Brian 3D printed for Carter's cosplay. So I don't know how they look yet. They're in the other room drying, but
they did prime them first, though, right?
They did.
Though that smooth filament will not hold paint. Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
I told them that was important.
Yeah.
So
if you do nothing else,
Yeah.
If you listen to nothing else I say, prime those horns.
Prime your horns, baby. She's doing Carlac, and it's for an event, and that's all she'll let me say because she doesn't want
That's cool.
it to be weird if anyone
Well,
shows
I
up.
hope we'll see photos when they're all done.
Oh yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna get that test pretty soon here. Myself, Scott. Tina's going out of town for a few days on Sunday, Sunday to Thursday. So my plan really is to go and buy a large Marco's pizza on Sunday, and then enjoy that Sunday night and Monday night. Tuesday night I have trivia. Wednesday night I'll figure something out, and then she's home Thursday. So
That's enough. Pizza's great. Yeah. Especially
a couple lunches.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Marco's or Mod or any of those. And you have enough self-control to eat half a pizza one day and then another half the next day.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully
where
a quarter pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I struggle. I will actually get something like Marco's is, if you don't get some big giant plattery pizza, it's like not that big. What is it, 12?
Oh, yeah. Marco's is like I see what you're saying. Marco's, your Mod pizza is your like little more than a personal size.
Marco's a little bigger.
Marco's is like your Domino's, Pizza Hut kind of thing. At least the one here. I don't know if maybe you've got a different Marco's out there, but we've got the chain of Marco's.
Yeah, and I like Marco's a lot. In fact, I think it was you who first suggested we try them, and I've really liked them. And I can, if on the first day Kim's gone, I could eat 2 pieces and I'm good. By day 4 though, and if that pizza's new, I might eat the whole damn thing. Yeah, because I have no self-control when it comes to pizza.
It does cross my mind, and there'll be a point where I'm like, ooh, if I finish this slice really quick, I can eat another one before I start feeling full from the previous slice I ate.
Yeah.
Like it is a matter of saying, I'm going to be full unless I get shove another piece of pizza into me right now.
Yep. Yep. I'll find out at the end of this month because she's got a thing with her siblings. They're just trying to do as much as they can while her sister's going through chemo, or in between her chemos. Ugh, could we just get the cancer out of the freaking...
no kidding. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all going on, and then she'll be gone for that. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do while she's gone there and not lose my mind. And then come October, I forget the week, she's gone for 7 days to help Wendy with something. She's just always on tap for everyone. If you need help, call my wife, I guess.
Yeah.
Except today, she's in bed, so don't call her today. Forget it.
Yeah, let's give Kim a little bit of a break from that, please.
Yeah,
please.
Let her have a moment to breathe. Brian, let's start with this story. Kamikaze termites. I never really thought of termites in the kamikaze way, but apparently this is true.
Never did.
They blow themselves up with explosive backpacks on their butt. This is great.
Butt packs, then.
They're butt packs. So it says here, kamikaze termites in French Guiana have evolved a unique defense mechanism carrying rucksacks filled with a toxic liquid. It's like a Zerg, these things.
It really is. It totally is, yeah.
What are those called in StarCraft 2 has them? They're Zerg little balls, and they roll in balls, and they explode on contact.
Oh, yeah, right. Not the Zerglings, but right.
It's like that. It is, Maybe even Zerglings upgrade to them or something. Anyway. They can trigger them to explode, and they poison their enemies in the process. Now scientists have solved the mystery of how these deadly backpacks can be safely carried around and then detonated on demand. Oh, man. Banelings, that's it.
Banelings.
Those things were literally the bane of my life, which is, I think, why they call them that. In 2012, researchers discovered that old neocaprite termines... Say that.
Neocapritermes.
Great.
Is that an M or RM? Yeah, Neocapritermes.
Capritermes. Tarkua. Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Yep. You hear she's got a
Very
podcast.
For this.
She has a podcast.
She does.
It's called Tawk Tua. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
All right. You know what? Worth it for her just to have a podcast just to call it Tawk Tua. That's actually pretty funny.
I don't know. It's with those freaking the Paul Brothers network, the Jake and...
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah, none of this ends well.
There's not a dead horse that they can't beat, those two.
Not that we're calling...
Well, I was interested until I heard the Paul Brothers were involved.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. I still hate that the whole thing's based on just like a random street comment.
Yeah.
And you go from that to whatever. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to besmirch anyone's success at anything.
Sure.
But just be prepared that the meteoric rise is often followed by a meteoric crash. That's all.
She's probably getting a lot more dates than the I Like Turtles kid.
Yeah, that's a good point. That guy's got to be in his 30s or something by now, right?
He probably is. I hope he does still like turtles.
Oh, I hope he studies them. I hope he's like a turtle expert.
Yeah.
Those one turtles. Let's see. These are worker termites. Yeah. Worker termites. They're armed with a blue spotted backpack that explodes when they're threatened. These workers have a specialized pair of glands in their abdomens that gradually secrete the enzyme blue lacase BP76. Sounds like something I'd find in my Skittles.
Totally. Or, something that's in the ingredients list.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. As they age, these rucksacks, they accumulate them, and they're filled with this blue copper containing blue crystals. When faced with a threat, the aging workers rupture their bodies, mixing the enzyme with relatively benign secretions produced in those salivary glands. The result is a sticky liquid rich in high poisonous benzoquinones.
Benzoquinones.
That can
chloroquinaquine. That's what you got to take. Claramaraquicamaclan.
Look, it's an appropriate day for this, guys. All right.
I get three people. I get Stephanie, I get Desiree, and I get Jeannie. All like, knock it off, Brian, and that's it.
Yeah. You know, they're Stephanie yelling in all caps. I'm over it.
See, my thing is making fun of this guy, in my opinion, takes away any power that he may have had. You know, it's like this is how I shrink him down to the little tiny size that he is by making fun of him.
Well, there you go. Anyway, this kills predators, and it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's cool. It's very suicidal, but I'm going to bring this up so people can see it.
Oh, do you have a video?
Just a photo, just from that link.
A photo, okay, good. I don't know if I want to see.
I wonder if there is a video. It probably is somewhere.
There probably is.
But look at that thing. Gross. If you see that termite.
I don't like bugs that are transparent.
I don't like transparent bugs. That doesn't quite work.
That's exactly where I was going.
I don't either. Lightly transparent, fully transparent. I don't care where you are on the scale of transparency. Bugs should not be like that. I don't like it at all. I'm with you. Especially because in this case, now I get to see all that stuff in there.
Yeah, exactly. That does not look like, I'll bet that whatever's stored in there stinks.
Yeah. This is what gets put in Kane's chest and then transforms into something. I don't like it at all.
Right.
I have a dog poo bag in my pocket.
Oh, well, empty, I hope.
Yeah, oh yeah. I used two of them. Rainer was on a roll today. Pooping every 5 minutes, that dog.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Well, I don't miss having a dog for that reason. I miss other parts of not having a dog, but that part, nope, not at all.
Hey, frozen sperm in the news.
Oh,
it's
good.
Great news.
I used to work next to a building that sold, what was it? We talked about this before, but it's like super expensive. Was it whale sperm? It might have been whale sperm or something. That
what was it used for? Just for
some sciencey thing, yeah.
Not just to impregnate other whales or whatever.
No, I don't think. Boy, that talk about. I don't know how you do that job, but
can you imagine?
Lots of scuba gear and
I've seen
the biggest turkey baster you can find.
Yeah, I've seen horse people do it, but I don't know how you do it with a whale. How do you get a whale?
Yeah,
going? That's weird. I'm sure they have their methods, but frozen sperm hatches endangered Louisiana pine snakes. So this is good news if you were worried about the Louisiana pine snakes because they were essentially all but extinct at this point. The Memphis Zoo, down in Memphis, Tennessee, has achieved a remarkable milestone. That is to say, not in Memphis, Egypt, because that's a thing. Too.
Oh, gotcha.
Just want to make sure people, know where this is coming from.
There's a Memphis, Egypt. I didn't know that.
That's where it was named after. It's ancient city, so it's not like a. I don't
it's
think
not
you can
present
go there
day.
now.
There's not still a present day Memphis, Egypt.
No. But in if you play, I'm trying to think where I saw this most recently. I guess it would
probably
have been
one of the Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
The Assassin's Creed that took place in.
I think it was Origins, and you got to hang out in Memphis, which is kind of cool. It was a cool city in the game.
Yeah. Anyway,
Memphis Zoo has achieved a remarkable milestone in reptile conservation by hatching 3 Louisiana pine snakes, one of the rarest snakes in North America, using cryovoltaic preserved sperm, and artificial insemination. Got to get those snakes going, you know.
Jeez. Yeah.
Then there's
funny. You don't think of snakes having a problem?
No, no, not really, right? Snakes seem to be everywhere and have no problem reproducing. But there's something with this snake, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, this is a groundbreaking success. They're calling it a world first for reptile species, marking a significant step in using reproductive technologies to preserve endangered species. Decades of research culminated in this achievement. Memphis Zoo's conservation team, led by senior reproductive scientist Beth Roberts, collected and froze sperm from a male snake. After thawing, the sperm was used to inseminate 2 female snakes. Out of the 10 eggs laid, 5 were fertile and 3 hatched successfully. Well done!
Nice.
Snakes!
It's a bouncing baby snake. It's just like the one in Cubert.
That's right. Oh, I hate that one in Cubert. Because he could go up or down. He's a little bastard.
Any way he wanted to go, yeah.
No wonder
unpredictable.
No wonder my little guy swore all the time, you know? I'm looking at it. I don't recognize the snake at all, but that's the one in the photo.
Oh, let's see.
And it's weird. It's darker toward the front and lighter in the back. It's a weird snake.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I like the pattern on it, though.
Yeah, it's nice. If it's what was the old no, I'm thinking of 3 leaves, leave it be.
You're thinking of but the coral snake has that. Red next to yellow. He's a poisonous fellow. Yellow next to white. You'll probably be all right.
Or something like that, yeah.
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 It'd be useful if we actually remembered what it is, but there was a...
It's like the whole point of it is to know it so that you don't run into the wrong snake. Right. And now I'm just like, now wait, was it yellow? Was
like
it white?
The beer and liquor thing. Beer after liquor, never sicker. Liquor after beer, never fear, I think.
Is that right? I've never heard that.
Yeah, I think that one's right. I'm not sure.
Liquor after beer. Is that because beer's got a lot of like calories and stuff, and it helps?
Probably. It's like you're more likely to throw up beer if you follow your heavy spirits with beer, then you're probably more likely to throw it up as opposed to. Or is it the other way around? Beer before liquor, never been sicker, says Chris.
Oh, okay. So that probably does have like a blooming effect, like a.
Maybe.
What do you call it? Like it fills you up, and then you're like, oh boy, gotta get out of it. Gotta barf. Right. It's time to barf.
Right. Hobbs Dog says, if red touch yellow, hurt a fellow. If red touch black, friend of Jack.
Well, who's Jack? Is he a stand-in for all of us? Are we all Jack?
I guess he's the guy that you push in front of you when you see a snake.
Okay.
He's your guy. Like, yep, you go test it out, Jack.
Yeah, give it a shot, Jack. All right, well, that's the thing. They're coming back, baby. So if you're worried about those things, I don't know. You know, it's crazy. I didn't mean this to all be about like bugs and animals and amphibians, but today's news is very animal.
No kidding, and that's our next one is too. It's like brought to you by Orkin, our first segment here.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I'll go ahead with it anyway. Red bugs found. Bed bugs, not red bugs. Maybe they're red. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what a bed bug looks like.
Their larval state. They are red.
Okay.
I did a website for a bed bug exterminator out here, and so I had lots of photos of bed bugs.
You ever seen one in real life, like at a hotel or something? Yeah, me neither.
Fortunately, yeah. That is something that I don't ever want to have to deal with, because after doing this website and knowing what's involved and how, if you get them, you kind of have to clear out all the photographs, paper, records, anything that is meltable, and then they heat your entire house up to 135 degrees to kill all the bed bugs. So anything that can melt has to be taken out.
That's terrible.
Heinous, right?
Yeah. That's how bad. That's how infested
photographs.
They get.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I didn't know that. I'm gonna double down on never staying at a place I can't verify the bug situation.
Exactly.
Woof.
Like even if you have questions, then when you arrive back home, keep your suitcase in the garage, change clothes out there, put on some fresh, like strip naked, go inside, put on some new clothes, and just let things sit out in the garage for a while.
Yeah, that's foul. Yeah. I've stayed at some hotels that were questionable, but I must have dodged a bullet because we've never had that at home. So
yeah.
Although we did get a weird spider I've never seen before the other day. Couldn't tell you what kind or where it came from, but it was.
The next day, Kim bought the electrified rackets.
Yeah. I don't even know if I told her about it, but I killed it. It was a big old fatty, like a big orb weaver bum on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like the orb weavers. I never kill the orb weavers.
This
Even
one,
if they get in the house, I'll take them out.
You'll take him out. Yeah, Carter would have liked
Yeah.
you more. I definitely killed it. I was like,
Wolf spiders, you are dead the moment I see you.
Yeah.
I don't like wolf spiders at all, and yeah, no, thanks.
Geez, Max Trollbite says cops say I can't do more garage nudity. I'd love to know more about that story.
Well, do close your door, Max.
Yeah. What are you doing? And your name is Trollbot. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, according to an email, a Riverside High School principal, Gloria Woods, bed bugs were discovered in Google Chromebooks that were stored in the school's media center over the summer. So this happened to the school. Oh, it's foul. So they're all up in these kids' laptops. Don't know where they came from originally. Spokesman from the Durham Public Schools, or the DPS, that's damage per second over there.
That's right, exactly. They've got a really high DPS in Durham. Yeah.
They said the laptops were issued during freshman orientation before classes begin on August 26th. Now the school is asking for the newly issued laptops to be returned and encouraging families to inspect their homes. According to Terminix Pest Control, bed bugs can hide in the tiny gaps and openings of laptops and other electronics, although they will eventually leave and seek out a blood host. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not going to get much nutrition out of a
No,
Chromebook.
they're not going to. Yeah, exactly. You leave them in there long enough, they'll die. That's what I was thinking. Oh, if it was over the summer, then that's no problem. They're just going to die for not getting anything in them. But no, that's worse, right? With like these Chromebooks, they get passed around. Like you check one in, the next night you check a different one out. These are going to everybody's houses. These little bed bugs climbing out, and
it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
This wouldn't happen with an Apple. Those things get up to 150 degrees. At least the MacBook Airs that I've used get up that hot.
That's true. Although that M1 Air is really cool, runs really cool for us. I don't know if that's
fantastic.
I don't know if they're indicative of that. I assume they are, but the
Intels would get so hot.
Yeah, they did, and that little fan going, whee! Or didn't they have a model early on with the Airs that decided not to do a fan and they got really hot because
yes.
I think that's what it was.
That's the irony of, the MacBook Air that doesn't get any air. It doesn't cool itself off.
Yep. Yeah. Got to blow on it yourself. Let's see. I guess that's it. They don't know what they're going to do. Oh, it's interesting. It says in addition to the bed bugs, the new school this year started with issues surrounding employee pay, with more than 50 employees receiving incorrect paychecks. This comes after DPS employees held multiple protests last year's over a pay pursuit. So turns out if you're already having a bunch of discord in your school district, and then you introduce bugs in all the kids' computers, well, you're not having a great first year back from the summer. No. Anyway, enjoy.
Jeez.
Here's a story for you. Rip through this one real quick. Florida teacher uses legs to put 3-year-old in a headlock during story time. I mean, they're kind of an animal, right?
It's just funny did they get more money for the headline if they put uses legs? Like, Florida teacher puts 3-year-old in a headlock during story time, I feel like is a perfectly acceptable title. You don't get anything additional with uses legs to put 3-year-old in a headlock during story time.
Yeah, it's very weird. Teacher was arrested Saturday. She allegedly used her legs to put a 3-year-old boy with autism in a headlock during class. Vilma Otero, age 59. Aren't they always? Is facing child abuse. Hello, my name Vilma. She sounds like a Bond villain, doesn't she?
Vilma!
She's gonna put one of the James Bonds in a headlock with her legs.
That's right.
Facing child abuse charges after a paraeducator. What does that mean? I know what
educator.
Because you use that with like paramilitary,
parasocial, paraplegics. I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, was assigned to her classroom, witnessed the incident, saw it unfold, and then filed a report with the Florida Department of Children and Families, or the DCF. Let's see. An arrest affidavit was issued, of course. Frustrated students walk out. Oh, that's a whole different story. Anyway, the lady in the classroom said that she was setting up the activity during the children's story time. She heard the kids start to cry and scream from the other side of the room. When the para-educator turned around, she saw Otero sitting in a chair with a 3-year-old between her legs in a chokehold. Well, yeah, freaking don't be doing that shit.
Okay, this is not helping calm children down. First step. That's like step 8. If 1 through 7 don't work, then you move to the the chokehold.
Yeah, you don't want to know what 10 is. 10 is step 10.
Oh, 10, yeah, 10's bad.
10's really bad, you guys. Don't do it.
The angry caterpillar. That was the book that they were reading, by the way.
Yeah, that'll do it for you. That'll get the teacher all worked up. Well, there you go. That's your stories for the day. We're going to take a break. When we come back, TV's Travis will be here. A little Travis trivia time.
Yeah.
Always look forward to that. We'll see how we do. I'm feeling a little brain dead today, so who knows if I even have a chance.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, it's all relative. If you feel brain dead and I feel brain dead,
I do feel brain dead too. So yeah, it'll be a 0-0 tie. Sorry, TV's Travis.
Yeah. Brian will get all the music ones. I may get a movie year. Brian will win. I already know how this is going to go. So anyway, that's all coming up after this break with a song that Brian brought. What'd you bring?
Yeah, I brought a song from a band named Cybris, Sybris. These guys are from Chicago, and they've got a brand new album coming out called Gold on Hold. They're returning after 15 years on the brand new relaunched Absolutely Kosher label. The song is great. The music video is even better. So I urge you, if you want to check it out. This kind of makes me want to work in a bar for some reason. The song is called Dead. The band is called Cybris, and the upcoming album is called Gold on Hold. Here is Cybris.
Hi, I'm John Brooks, known in the Frisbee world as Crazy John.
Someone's got to breed those colorful donkeys.
And we've returned. Who was that again?
That's a band called Cybris, not to be confused with Cypress Hill, but Cybris, Sybrus. I'm sorry, Sybris. See, even I typed it wrong in the chat. This brand new album is called Gold on Hold. That is the song called Dead.
I don't know if this I don't know if this is like a docs related thing for me to say this, but I go to Cypress Credit Union. Don't be looking for my password. I got like 5 layers of protection on it. Don't worry. Don't.
7-factor authentication on his ATM.
That's
but
right.
if you go to a Costco, it's right there for the taking.
That's
Just
right.
use that.
Take that, jerks.
Brush up against him with your RFID reader, and you're all set.
I just got an anonymous text from somebody who says, Scott, you are absolutely right. Memphis was a town or was a city in ancient Egypt, wherever it went. Oh, I deleted it. Thanks for the... I don't know what that. Thanks for the confirmation.
Was that ever in question?
Yeah, I feel like we'd said it and moved on, and it was no big deal.
Yeah.
That maybe they're impressed. I don't know why they'd be impressed. I got it from a video game. So, all right, we're gonna take our time with our pal here, TV's Travis.
Yay!
To do that, I got to add him to Ye Old Call and play Ye Old Intro, which is not handy. Where is it? Why can't I find it? It's right here. Nope. Why? Where is your thing? Did I lose it?
He's in.
I know, but I want to play his thing. Oh, here it is.
Oh,
I found it.
This is Travis, and you'll do well to listen carefully to what he has to say.
It got moved. I don't know why. Anyway,
Travis.
I think it moved. Travis, it's good to have you here, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's great to be here. Thank you again for reminding me last night that this was today, because I had completely forgotten.
Well, it came quick.
Oh, wow. So this was a last-minute scramble.
Yeah, it was
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I figured you'd be all right with a day's notice. I try to let everybody know the night before, and usually you guys all say, yep, all set, like you're already planning on it. But you've had a lot going on. You've been a lot of places. You've been doing a lot of things, and I think you probably, just busy guy.
Oh, Scotland
I have.
and Ireland and
Yep. And then Dragon Con most recently, which was... Oh, it was a blast.
Your first ever Dragon Con. What was your favorite part of your first ever Dragon Con?
That's tough. I only did one kind of fan-related thing. I went to a panel Sunday morning that was Rob Paulson, Townsend Coleman, Renee Jacobs, Cam Clark, and Barry Gordon, the voice acting crew from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh man!
Cool. Wow,
reunion.
cool.
That was awesome.
Did they
Cam
serve
Clark.
pizza?
It was 10 a.m. and on Sunday morning, so it wasn't very full because most people were either
hungover,
hadn't woke up yet. Yeah, they were still hungover from
after dark. Yeah.
But it was great. Cam Clark went down into the crowd and was giving hugs to people. It was awesome. But my favorite thing was just being around all these people that I had worked with and finally getting to meet them in person spent a lot of time in the Hilton basement with all the basement dwellers, but hanging out with Charles McFall and Phil Keating and seeing Stephen Adams, Steve H&H. And we did a live Those Were the Days thing, one of the panels. That was a lot of fun. It kind of devolved into just sort of a room full of people shouting things they remembered on TV.
Sure.
But it was still fun. I did do live Wait You Haven't Seen. That was when I came. So coming down the escalator and there were people lined up outside the room for my panel was amazing and also terrifying at first. I was like, there's people, you're here for this, right? Like you didn't
you
get lost.
you do know what you're not waiting for.
Yeah. The empty Coke bottle full of Franzia wine did help. So,
nice.
But no, it was a blast. I'm only upset that I did not get a picture of the Macho Mandalorian that was walking around.
That is too bad.
That's awesome.
That might have been my favorite costume amongst a sea of amazing costumes.
Well, I was going to ask you about that if you had a favorite, and it sounds like that might have been it. Eh?
That
Did
one.
You get a chance to... Go ahead. Let
go
you
ahead.
finish, and then I'll ask you.
I was just to say that one was real good. A guy dressed as Ace Ventura in his delivery costume from the beginning of the first movie with the little dog stuffed in his shirt was a real good one.
Nice.
There was a ton, and I actually ran into Bill Duran and Britt.
Nice.
I knew they were there, and they just happened to walk by while we were getting food at one point. So chatted with them for a minute. That was fun too.
I know Amy and Chuck really enjoyed your live show. They said they had a great time there.
Yeah, Amy and Chuck were there. It was great to see them. It was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Nice.
Brian, did you get a chance to see any of the parade, or
no?
Was it too hot and muggy?
It was too hot. We avoided that.
Yeah. If the weather cooperates, it's an incredible thing, and you can't believe, like, when you start seeing all these people organized into groups, and it's like a whole block of people dressed up as Firefly characters, or the 501st stormtroopers, and how many there are there. It's absolutely amazing.
Seems like every article I read and every photo I saw seemed to have a whole bunch of those Australian breakdancer ladies. That was a thing.
There was a lot of them wandering around. Yeah,
I believe it. It's going to be the hot Halloween costume too.
There were a lot of Spartans too. I was surprised, both Halo and 300.
Well, oh really? The 300 I can understand because it's Atlanta, and you want the costumes that have the least amount of clothing. So
I could not believe how many people were in like super elaborate costumes, and I'm just thinking I would just be a puddle of sweat. That thing would be awful. The other thing that surprised me the most is, Scott, you would put a post out about you could smell Dragon Con from Utah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
Really?
It didn't smell bad
at all
anywhere.
Well,
I was really surprised.
Here's the question. So I think that because that's the stereotype, is that it's going to be a big stinky convention with people in suits that are going to get all gross and whatever. And, we talk about Bill's stink bag all the time and all that. But I'll bet people are actually fairly cognizant of that and therefore are more prepared. And, a lot of the big, more elaborate costumes have blowers in them, and people are using deodorant like they're supposed to. I'll bet you it's less stinky because of the potential and everybody being smart about it than there is at, say, BlizzCon, where nobody seemed to bother, even though it's nice and air conditioned, and they all stink anyway. So it's a stereotype that's probably unfounded. I just think of Atlanta as so freaking hot.
Sure.
Oh, it was
that I just can't imagine
all the time.
And you avoided COVID, so nice job.
The hotels have a nice little tunnel, an air-conditioned tunnel that go between the four major ones. So,
well, they have a tunnel. It's not air-conditioned. That was actually the one spot in the hotels that was hot. Was going through those skywalks. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and
and I did avoid COVID.
You dodged the bullet because everybody else I know seemed to get it. You and Chuck somehow avoided it. I don't know how you did it, but
I don't either. But I'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it. Well, good. Well, it's good to have you here. Let's get into the competition. I don't know what our ranking is. I know Brian's ahead, but I have no idea what the numbers are.
Well, after last month, we are currently still sitting at Brian is up 5-2.
Damn.
We did not have a winner last month, but we will have one this month because I do have a sudden death in case we are tied.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
So this is TV's trivia. We're going to call it that for now.
Oh, I like it.
And we are going to. I'm going to give a category, and you will vote. You will bet on how many clues you need to get it. We're going to start with a film composer.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Film composer.
Jeez.
So I want this composer based on films that this person did the score for.
Okay.
And we're going to start the bidding with Scott.
All right. I think I can do it in 3.
3? All right.
Yeah.
It's a good opening
I
salvo.
can do it in 4. Wait, is that not how this works? Damn it.
No.
Can I say 4 so that if he doesn't get in 3, I get a...
I mean, he gets a chance, though, right? If he says name that.
I do get a chance on your 3, yeah.
Yeah.
You do get a chance on
only
the 3.
if I bid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say name that composer.
All right,
I
let's
think
try
you'll
it.
get it, but there's no way I can get it in 2, I don't think. But
All right. Scott, here's 3 films this person did the score for.
All right.
Men in Black,
Okay.
Good Will Hunting,
Okay.
and upcoming episode of Film Sack, I believe, Darkman.
Oh. Good Will Hunting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it pretty sure Darkman's Danny Elfman, so I'm gonna say Danny Elfman.
mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? He did Good Will Hunting. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He also did 50 Shades of Grey, which I was not. I
That's
did not
wild.
realize.
Yeah, one
Wow.
of those is on, I think, the Darkman, and maybe one of the other, not Good Will Hunting, but the other one you mentioned, I think might be on the expanded. I should have gone for 2.
You should have. You should have.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game, though. That's how
Yeah,
it goes.
it totally is. No risk, no biscuit.
Yep.
That's right. All right. Round 2. Brian, you're going to open our bidding on round 2. This is an actor. We're going to go with titles that this actor has been in.
Okay. I'm going to say 3.
3. Okay. Scott, do you think you can do it in less?
Titles that this actor's been in. So you're going to tell us the 2 movie titles, or 3 movie titles in Brian's case. And we have to guess the actor. I feel like I have to go for this. I'm going to say I can do it in 2.
2. Okay.
I'm not going to try and do it in 1. That seems like a silly proposition. So, Scott, take your 2.
All right.
All right, Scott. Here are the 2 for you. We have Waiting for Guffman and Home Alone.
Waiting for Guffman and Home Alone. Of all those people, oh geez, Daniel Stern.
Incorrect.
Why?
Brian, would you
that
like your
be-
3rd title?
I don't need. Well, tell me my 3rd title.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh shit!
Correct.
Gosh dang it! I already know our theme today. I can tell from all
It's
this.
pretty.
Yeah.
Rhymes with skim flirtin'. Anyway, go ahead.
I did say it was kind of a last minute deal. So.
Sure.
Oh, it's totally fine.
All right. So round 3, Scott, you're going to start the bidding on this. It's our music round.
Oh shit.
So I have a song. My seconds worth of clips are 2, 4, 8, and 14. And then I have one that does just give you the title of the song.
Best I could do would be 4.
4 seconds?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take the 2.
Do it.
Take 2 seconds. All right.
Name it.
Brian, here's 2 seconds of this song.
Oh, jeez. Is that's Harry Belafonte, but it's not Deo, and it's not. I don't think it's Jump in the Line. Is it Look Mama? I'm gonna say it's Jump in the Line. I'm not gonna say it's the other guess would be Look Mama Boo Boo, but I guess I shouldn't give Scott anything.
Yeah.
I'll say it's Jump in the Line.
Incorrect.
Then it's got to be that Banana Boat song.
Banana. Is that your guess?
Well, if it's part of this Tim Burton theme.
I have 4 seconds. I have 2 more seconds of it I can play.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
do that, and we'll see what I can get.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if that helps at all.
Oh, that totally clears it up.
Okay. Well, I just plumb don't know. We're naming the song, right?
Yes.
Not an album or anything like that. All right.
Nope.
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, no one gets this one.
I'll
That
say-
is Harry Belafonte.
I'll say Banana Boat
But
just in case, but I'm sure it's wrong. And I don't even think that's right.
It is not Deo, the Banana Boat song.
Oh, is that the same song? I don't see. That's how
yeah.
bad I am at this.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it is not Jumping the Line. That one is Sweetheart from Venezuela.
Ah, okay.
Damn it.
Wow.
Damn it.
I wanted to go a little tougher. I've been the music rounds have been too easy.
They've been a little easy. That was a good one.
That
if
was
it weren't
good.
for the theme, I probably still would have gone Belafonte, but I would have been tempted for something from Coco.
Exactly.
Remember me.
All right, so we are tied 1-1 going into round 4. We have another actor, but this is going to be characters that this actor has played.
Okay, who's up?
Oh, you can
Brian's
use
up, right?
characters. Okay.
Yep, and Brian, you are starting the bidding.
Characters. I will start with 4.
4. Okay. Scott, do you think you can do it in fewer?
Yeah, but strategically here, I'm going to say I can do it in 2.
Okay.
Because if I say
2.
3,
Brian,
I think he could do it in 2. So I'm giving no purchase.
Name that actor.
Here. All right.
All right, here's 2 characters this actor has played. Jack Frost, Johnny Dangerously.
Jeez.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Correct.
The Johnny Dangerously was the only way. I don't remember the Jack Frost thing. Is that an animated
played
thing?
So
it was like he dies and he's reincarnated into the snowman, right?
Yep, it's the non-horror but also horrific
Right.
Jack Frost
Right,
movie that
yes,
came out in the 90s. Like,
Oh, I don't
It's
remember that
easy.
at all. I don't remember that
Yeah.
existing. We should film sack the shit out of that come Christmas. Let's do that.
We should. We absolutely should.
Yeah, why not? All right. Well, surprise to me. I got one.
all right. So, a couple others that he did. Doug Kinney from Multiplicity. That's an underrated movie, by the way.
That's
I love
so
Multiplicity.
underrated. It's great. And Michael Keaton does such a great job of playing multiple versions of himself that are different enough to be recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And also Chick Hicks was one I loved him
Gung-Ho?
in Cars. No, it's Cars.
Oh,
he's the
Cars 2.
He's the rival.
Cars. Oh no, you're right. In the first movie, he's like the NASCAR rival guy.
Yeah, he's the Richard Petty.
That's right.
car.
That's
No Adrian Toomes in the list.
Adrian Toomes was actually the 5th.
Oh. All right.
Felt that one was a little too easy. All right,
A little
round
too easy.
5.
But Johnny Dangerously was tough. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you never know. You never know what people
I know. I'm
remember.
kidding.
All right, round 5. Scott is up 2-1. So Scott is going to start our bidding. Brian, you need this to tie and go to sudden death.
Yeah.
We're doing a film director by title.
Okay. Scott starts the bidding, you said?
Scott starts.
Oh,
the bidding.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
3. I can do it in 3.
3. Okay.
I got to go for it. 2.
2. All right.
I have no
This
choice.
is for Brian to tie.
Well,
to
Scott
send
still
us
can
into
do
sudden
one.
death.
Oh no,
Give him one
you
more.
go for it. I can't
Okay.
do one.
All right.
I don't think I'll
right.
blow
All
it.
All right.
Here are your 2 film titles, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbo,
Oh.
Alice in Wonderland.
Gosh dang it! It's really that easy because I could have done it in 1.
Could it be Tim Burton?
It is Tim Burton.
Shit! I could have done it in 1.
I was thinking, all right, he's going to totally throw us for a loop, and like we're expecting a nice. Well, good.
Yeah,
You could've-
you know
could've
what?
done it in 1.
Us discovering the theme of all of this early actually worked against me there. Damn it!
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Nicely done. That puts
Yeah,
us
you
in
could've-
sudden death.
Bombats in the chat says you should have tried with 0.
I know.
Just go for it.
Wow. All right.
All right, so that ties us up 2-2 because nobody got the music round. So I do have a sudden death. This one doesn't fit the theme, but it is topical.
Okay.
If you hadn't figured out the theme by now, the theme was Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw Beetlejuice over the weekend. I had a great time with it. It was super fun.
So did we. It was a good time. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's got one of my top 3 PG-13 F-bombs.
Easily.
Of all time.
Easily.
It was such a good one.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the first Beetlejuice's F-bomb.
Yeah. Absolutely worth it. And it's not even like egregious. It's perfect.
Yeah.
The use is perfect.
So our sudden death is going to be, we're going to go back and forth until one of you fails. And we're going to go with movies that have featured or starred James Earl Jones.
Oh man.
Sweet.
That was such a bummer yesterday. All
He
right.
was 93, I believe.
Yeah. Nice long life.
Long life, long career. There's 190 films listed on his IMDb. Now, some of those are going to be small roles, but we'll just go until you guys miss one. So we're going to start. Flip a coin here. Scott, you'll start us off.
Okay. So I just have to name movies he's in.
Yes.
Name a movie he's in. We go back and forth.
All
Name
right.
a movie.
I'm going to save a couple of real obscuries for later. Let's do Star Wars A New Hope. I mean,
sure. And I'm going to say
voices
that,
count, right? Voices count. It has to count.
Of course,
Voices count.
Right.
Absolutely. I am going to say with Star Wars, that is all one.
Okay.
That's all of them.
Because
So we
he's
can't
playing
keep
the
going
same
down the
character.
line of all the other Star
Otherwise,
Wars
we'd be here
movies.
forever.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
We'd
Star
be here
Wars
for
is
at
now
least
off the
7
table.
7 goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
Love that
Correct.
movie. The Sandlot.
Yes. One of my favorites of his.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
love him in that.
Yeah.
The Lion King.
Yes.
Does that include the live action? Oh, not live action, but the 3D animated Lion King? Or can that be separate?
It's a different movie.
Well, no. I mean, is your
no,
does your Star
that is
Wars
the same character? He's playing Mufasa in multiple.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna Lion King is off the board.
All right.
Okay.
Conan the Barbarian.
Good one.
I see a lot of photos in the last 2 days of that, or in the last day since his death. People keep
Boy,
posting
would not want that one to be the one that everybody remembers of me.
that. No.
God, this is where I start. Oh, you don't even need to get to your obscure ones. CNN. No, just kidding.
This is
There's
CNN.
a teacher.
Oh boy, we're gonna need a title.
Oh shoot, it's an 80s. Goodwill Hunting. I know he's not in that.
That is incorrect. You have lost, Brian.
Yeah.
I could give you. You want to hear my obscures that I was going to mention?
Yeah, let's hear your obscures.
All right, Clear and Present Danger, which takes him off the board for the other one he was in with Harrison Ford. He played the that John Clancy
that's the same character he was in for Hunt for Red October too, right?
Did he play? I couldn't remember if he was in that or if that was a different actor. Okay,
he was. That's the one I remember him from.
Okay,
is Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
And then the other one.
I didn't know if he was in. Was he in? Oh, he might have been multiple.
The other one I was going to do would be the Eddie Murphy Coming to America.
Sure.
It's the King.
Right. That was his last. Yeah, Coming to America 2 was his last film role, and they even talked about that on the show this morning, on the news this morning. And I should have remembered that one.
And that is all I could remember.
Sneakers. Why didn't I think? And Soul Man was the.
Hold on, Sneakers.
He was the teacher, and
he's not in Sneakers. These guys are up in the night. You guys are thinking of. They're getting their black actors.
No,
mixed
not
up.
Sidney.
Not Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier.
No, he
was
is. He is in Sneakers though.
What does he do in
He
there?
played Mr.
walks,
Bernard
runs, maybe a little bit of jogging.
I don't remember him in there at all, and I've seen Sneakers 1,000 times. That's crazy. All right. What else? That's all I can think of. I know there's more.
I mean, there's a ton. He even had he did a voice on an episode of Garfield and Friends.
Oh, really?
You only
He
counted
was
movies,
a narrator
right?
for a ton of stuff.
Movies only, or could we have said TV shows?
Movies.
You could have done TV shows.
Okay. Oh, really? Because he did.
Naked Gun 33 and a third. He's
Well, then you
uncredited
should
in
have
that.
taken CNN. That's a bunch of TV shows.
That's a channel.
He did the logo voiceover for the channel.
It was before every show on CNN.
Yeah. Oh, Simpsons
There's
is a good
I forget
one.
he did narrator for Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I completely forgot that. Wow.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he bleeding?
No
I don't think he
Bleeding
was.
Gums Murphy?
I don't think he was Bleeding Gums Murphy. I don't buy that one. That doesn't
No,
sound
I
right.
don't.
Big Bang Theory, yes, I remember that appearance, but I do not remember. Bleeding Gum Murphy is a different dude, unless they used him for separate episodes or something. Let's see. Gums.
Yeah, he might have done like one
Oh my
episode.
God, he was in
of
Doctor
it or something.
Strangelove. That's one I have
Yes.
not seen
He
since college, and I need to see it again.
Oh, I forget that he was in that, and every time I watch Doctor Strangelove, I remember, and I see because he's so young in there.
Yeah.
And I just never think of him as being young ever.
That was performed by Ron Taylor, later Daryl L. Coley, and then Kevin Michael Richardson. He was never in The Simpsons. So, well, he may have been, but he wasn't Bleeding Gums Murphy. He may have done something else. Well, there you go. I feel pretty good about today's win, pulling it out at the very end there. Travis, what do I win?
Yeah.
Anything? It just puts me closer to the final goal here, which now makes Brian 5, me 3, right?
5-3.
Yep,
yeah.
5-3 in favor of Brian currently.
Okay.
And that does put you. You're still in the running. You're not mathematically eliminated yet.
I call that that's called striking distance. I feel good about
That
it.
is. That absolutely.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. But rest in peace, one of the greatest of his generation. And what a freaking bummer it is that he passed. But also, 93 is a nice long time, and you know, it's a very respectable career. Never heard no big controversy about him, did you?
No.
No, not at all.
He wasn't.
No, he did good for a stuttering boy from, was it Mississippi?
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool.
And his stage stuff, unbelievable. He was so.
Oh
good.
yeah.
All right. They say that he was in the episode where Bleeding Gums Murphy died. And then he was Mufasa and Darth Vader in the clouds. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember that, but I don't remember the one where
Oh
he
yeah, he
died.
narrates the Raven. The
Lenore. Yeah, that's such a good one.
Yep.
I can forget that. That's amazing. Yeah, good pull, Brian. Well done, TV's Travis. As always, you've been a great steward of trivia today. Tell people where they can find your cool shows and what they should be watching out for.
Definitely go to tvstravis.com. You can find links to everything there. I have a great episode coming out of Wait You Haven't Seen. I watched, Scott, I told you about this, but a Japanese horror movie called One Cut of the Dead this week for the first time, and it was fantastic.
One Cut of the Dead.
Yeah, it's streaming on Shudder. Go into it blind. It's a Japanese horror comedy, and go into it blind. You'll have a real good time with it.
Interesting. So we're talking like, Shaun of the Dead kind of comedy, kind of like, hey, zombies, right? You know what I mean? But it's also kind of bloody in its own weird way, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So the basic like one sentence on it is a group of people are making a low budget zombie movie in an abandoned like Air Force thing or something like that, and then real zombies show up.
Oh.
That's all you need to know going in.
Yeah, Stephanie says, go in blind, Scott. She's trying to tell me to go in blind and not ask questions. That's fine. Well, there you go. It's always good to have you on, man. And I look forward to a month from now doing this once again. And who knows how it'll turn out? We don't know. We don't know until Travis gets here. His beard shows up, and we just do what we have to do. Yeah,
that's right.
Stay out of trouble. And I hope you guys, Fleetwood Mac, get together again. You're the drummer. You're in charge. The band's named after you. You have some say and some pull. So.
We're talking about doing another tour. We'll see.
Okay, let me know. Lindsay's the hard one, but I think you can do it. All right, see you later. It's always Lindsay, dude. All right, that's it.
Lindsay.
Today we have a Monday show on a Tuesday, tonight at 4 p.m. And unless things takes a turn, right now I feel great. So I don't know what the hell that was about yesterday.
You sound just fine too. Yeah. You're not feeling any symptoms anymore, right?
No, I think I got it the way that Phoebe got it. She was sick for most of a morning, had a fever. You could tell she had a headache. Her eyes were all red. She was just like, and then got a little bit of congestion. And then by late that night, she was done. I think I got that. And I had been hugging on her, so, that's what happens when you hug on little kids. Okay, they're all full of bugs and stuff. Anyway, that'll be today at 4, so check me and Carter out later this afternoon. Brian, you got anything else going on today you want to mention?
I got nothing else. I got to finish painting this little Etsy thing. I've been looking at this Millennium Falcon build that I still need to do. So there's a stack of Millennium Falcon pieces that need to be put together. I just have to wrestle myself away from some freelance to do it.
Are you all done with projects that send you a piece over time and then you do them?
No,
okay.
No, that's the Millennium Falcon one.
Okay.
I think I've got 12 sets that need to be put together. 12 individual pieces, like parts, bags of parts that need to be put on.
Does that make it a year's worth? 12 of them is a year's worth per month? Or
no, because you get 3 a month, so that's about a quarter's worth.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see that when it's done. That thing's going to be awesome.
It's going to be massive. I don't know where it's going to fit. It's it's so big, Iron Man here can fit in the cockpit. So that's how.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. If you did, you should have it hang. I mean, you got the suspend or the drop ceiling. You could hang it, right?
Yeah, it could go up there. Again, it might be so big that if I back up, I'm going to hit my head on it, kind of thing. So
you should put a little voice activated sensor, so when Tina or somebody walks by, it goes, "Don't get cocky, kid." Every time they walk by.
There you go.
Don't get cocky, kid. Don't get cocky, kid. Don't get cocky,
this
kid.
thing and go home.
Yeah, I'd love that. All right, that's it for us. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you want to find stuff about us, for us, around us, you can find it all at frogpants.com/TMS. In the meantime, let's play a song and take us home.
Yeah, this one going out to Tom Robinson. We see him every year at TMS Vegas. He lives out in California. Took Tristan and I to the Kiss-owned bar, where Tristan proceeded to ask what they have on tap while facing away from their wall of 100 taps. And that worked out really well for him. Hello, boys. It's time to wish Jessica the happiest of birthdays. I think this is the 12th year I've wished her a birthday cover. She's always been a fan of Journey, so let's give her some Steve Perry magic. For Brian, what song didn't you like for a long time before realizing it's a cover? And for Scott, it's time for a film sack clip and guess the movie. I can't talk all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So what song did I not like for a long time before realizing it's a cover? And there's, certainly songs where I realized it was a cover and that didn't make me like it any more than I did before. Boy, that's a good question.
So the idea is that it being a cover changed your opinion of the song, or
I don't know if that's what he's hoping, because it doesn't. if there's a song I don't like, knowing that it's a cover is probably not going to make me like it anymore. I mean, I got my mind set on you. I've never been a fan of that song. I'm more of a fan of it than you are, but I think only because Harrison's my favorite Beatle. But then learning that it was a cover, it's not like it certainly would be the last song on the Greatest Hits album that I'd listen to. I'd rather listen to any of the other songs on George Harrison's Greatest Hits than that. But the James Ray cover, discovering that it was a cover, discovering that Harrison's version was a cover, didn't really change my opinion of the song, but it was like, oh, cool. All right.
I'll say it helped me a little bit, because I don't think I knew that cover status until you told me years ago. Mm-hmm. And I really hate it. And he's also my favorite Beatle. So that made it worse somehow, is that my favorite Beatle is doing this horrible song. But when you told me,
until you realized it's a cover.
Yeah, when you said it was a cover, I went, oh, well, then he can't really control how bad the original material is.
And honestly, Graham, I kind of like the production of the original song by James Ray. It's like all horns, and it's great. It's like I'd say, I don't often like to say whether I like the original or the cover better, because I feel like you just have, I like things for different reasons, and I'm like, oh, well, the cover's so much better, or the original's so much better. But in this case, I actually do like the original better than the cover. Like James Ray's production of the original version.
Of course, says, who's your least favorite Beatle? And here's the thing. I don't have a least favorite, but I do think Ringo's hilarious. Like everything Ringo says post Beatles makes me laugh.
Peace and love. I'm warning you with peace and
Peace
love.
and love.
This is a serious message.
Serious.
So no more fan mail.
No more
chucking it in the bin with peace and love.
Yeah.
I feel like Paul McCartney, there was a stretch of time where Paul McCartney kind of just phoned it in, and so I wouldn't say he's my least favorite Beatle, but I was my least favorite time period of a Beatle. And it's like,
same.
Let Him In. It's that
Christmas song happened then. It's just all a bad time. Yeah. Exactly. I agree with you. So he gets points docked just for having that period in his life.
Exactly.
Because prior to that guy could make nothing bad. He didn't know how to make a bad song. It's crazy.
He knows his greatest benefit and his greatest fault is that he knows how to create a hook.
Yeah.
And after a while, he just said, "Here's the hook. I'm done. I don't need to create anything else around it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have to try as hard. But
of course, his Pete Best is his favorite. Poor Pete Best. Oh, he did fine though, right? He did okay, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He got no money or nothing. Like no.
No residuals. No, he never appeared on an album, so he got no royalties from anything.
I wonder if he ever just got tossed a bone by the other guys, I don't know. I don't know how that went. I don't know enough about the Pete Best thing. Isn't there a documentary? Maybe even you recommended it. Something about him that I could go
not
watch?
About Pete Best. There was one about, there was the Backbeat movie about, what's his face? The guy whose girlfriend Astrid drew the Revolution cover, and his name was Gilbert? No, damn it. What's his name? Stu Sutcliffe.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He was, I think, responsible for actually bringing the band together, introducing Lennon to McCartney. And there was I think it's the Backbeat movie that's really good that talks about them and their relationship.
According to his Wikipedia, it says they fired Best at the request of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison. Following the band's first recording session, over 30 years later, Best received a significant monetary payout for his work with the Beatles after the release of their 1995 compilation. So it sounds like at some point he got his recompense.
Oh, sure. The anthology stuff would have had him on there because it was recordings of stuff before the first album.
Yeah. So he got something. That's good.
Good.
Good for
As
him. He's 82, still kicking, doing what Pete does best. Brian, there you go.
All right, play a film set clip and guess the movie.
All right, here you go. We'll play a random one.
Ever since you walked into my classroom in your freshman year, I knew that you were different.
That sounds like George, brown-skinned George, and I don't mean that he's a colored person. I mean the one that always tanned himself.
Ever since you walked into my class.
Oh, I think I know.
Yes.
Payback. I think that's Payback.
Is it Payback? Okay.
I think so. I think that's George. What's his name? George.
He was in the not the closer, but the
George Hamilton.
Oh, that's George Hamilton? Oh, really?
Think so.
I was not hearing
Ever
George
since
Hamilton.
you walked into my classroom in your freshman year, I knew that you were different.
Yeah.
Don't say who that is. I'm going to guess at who that is, but I need to backtrack it by finding the name of the Rob Lowe show that is so good, called the what the hell's it called? It is called The Grinder.
Yeah.
And features the actor William Devane. That's who I think that sounds
William
like.
Devane.
William Devane.
It might be William Devane, actually, now that you say it. All right, I'm going to play another clip from the day. Maybe this will help us.
Okay. All right.
I'm not running a goddamn zoo, all right?
Oh, it's I think that might still be William Devane. That was Footloose Kevin Bacon, and that's Invisible Man. I'll bet you that's it.
Oh, yeah, the Hollow Man.
Yeah, or the Hollow Man, exactly. The one where Devane got drowned in his own pool or whatever at the
yes,
at some
yes,
point.
right.
I think that's it. I think we did it. Those are fun.
There we go. William Devane.
It happened May 19th, 2023, so I don't know when we did that. I think that's when we did that. So anyway, Brian, sorry, back to you. We've done his request. Now you do his, I guess.
And I'm just going to say it one more time. I think every time it comes up, the grind, every time I get a chance to talk about The Grinder, I tell people they need to watch The Grinder. If you find it streaming, it's so good. Unfortunately, it looks like it's on Prime, but it looks like it's a rental situation. But add it to your watch list, and as soon as it becomes available, watch it. It is a very underappreciated show. Fred Savage, Rob Lowe, William Devane, the fantastic Natalie Morales. She is incredible.
Oh, I remember this getting canceled too early or something, right?
Yeah, it really did. It's such a bummer. I think just one season, two seasons?
Two, it looks like, yeah. Although I think the second season may have been abbreviated. Total of 22 episodes. So,
yeah.
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Then that's like one regular terrestrial TV season, really, when you put those two together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, basically counts as one, but they say two. That's definitely not
right. True. Exactly. All right. So Journey all the way back to Tom Robbins. See, Tom did a great job. He does these things. He asks these questions that create a lot of extra content.
Yeah. Well done, dude. Robinson. Well done.
Now I'm going to do a song that is Journey, but really, it's not something I'm wishing for the two of you. I'm not wishing for you and Jessica to experience what's happening to the lead singer in this song. But one of my favorite Journey songs, as it should be, is the song Separate Ways, in no small part to that fantastic music video. And if you haven't seen who's the band? There's a band that does their own shot-for-shot remake of Separate Ways. And
is it the that one?
Exactly.
Is that okay? Yeah. Dancing all over town in that
Escort, I think, is the band, if I remember correctly. Look up the Escort Separate Ways, because they put it up side by side and they remake the entire video, and it's fantastic.
Wow.
Separate Ways. Here's the band Exit Eden. Oh, here's what's great about that. They're not even doing the song Separate Ways. They're doing a completely different song, but they use they completely redo the Separate Ways video for their own song.
That's great. That's great. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'd never heard of that. I will now be looking that up today. That's great.
I'll give everybody a link. Separate Ways. Here's the band Exit Eden from the album Femme Fatale from 2024. Brand new cover of Separate Ways.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
His mind is broken. We broke it.
I can confirm.